Okay, we're going to do a little more practice with our spelling rules that we did at the beginning of the year, just so that we don't forget them. So we're going to start with adding ed or ing, because sometimes we need to make a word past tense and add ed, or sometimes we need to talk about how it's happening right now and we add ing. So we have to sometimes change the spelling of the words when we do this, and I want you to ask yourself a crazy little question. Ask yourself, do cows vacuum carpets? If so, you're going to double that last consonant in the word before you add ed or ing. So what am I talking about? Cows vacuuming carpets. Well, think cow starts with C, vacuum starts with V, carpet starts with C. I hope you remember that CVC. So if cows are vacuuming carpets, that's crazy, right? Double crazy. You want to double that last consonant before you add ed or ing. So let's practice some. If I have the word play, well, I look and I see that it ends with a L, which is a consonant, A, which is a vowel, and then Y is usually considered a vowel too. So that's not a CVC. I don't want to double anything. So I'm just going to add ed, or I go over here and I add ing, playing. Look at skipped. Skip. We want skipped and skipping. How are we going to spell those? Well, I look at skip and I see it ends with K-I-P. K is a consonant, I is a vowel, P is a consonant. I know that I need to double now. So it becomes skipped and skipping. Look at scrape. We had this on our writing practice test. If I look at the last three letters, A, P, E, well, I know A is a vowel, P is a consonant, E is a vowel. That's a VCV. That's not cows vacuuming carpets. So I don't want to double anything. So I'm going to just add scraped and then scraping. I want to get rid of that E. E needs to hit the road. It was a silent E, so it can leave. Trap. Okay, look at the last three letters. We have consonant with that R, vowel with the A, and consonant with the P. So that's a cow's vacuuming carpet. So that needs to have a double P, and we have trapped, and we have trapping. Okay, so remember, cows vacuuming carpets. If the word ends with a CVC, you know you're going to double that last letter before you add ed or ing. Let's move on to our other rules here. Making plurals. Sometimes we need to try to remember, do I add s or do I add es if I'm talking about more than one of something? So let's look at the example we have here, boy. Okay, we know that that just becomes boys, and that just becomes dogs. In this case, we're just adding s. But what if the word ends with s, x, ch, sh, or z, like the word bus? Well, that becomes buses. Fox becomes foxes. Bunch becomes bunches. Brush becomes brushes. Notice I added es to the ends of all of these. So if a word ends with s, x, ch, sh, or z in its singular form, so we're just talking about one of them, and it ends with one of those letters, in order to make it plural, we add es. Okay, so I'm going to add my rule here. Add es. Okay. If it doesn't end with one of these letters, then I know I'm usually okay to just add s, like we did with boy and dog. Okay. The last rule we need to practice a little bit more is plural forms of nouns that end in y. Okay. So these are your words like monkey, puppy, berry, holiday, city. I don't want this to be too complicated for you to understand, so I want you to remember this phrase. Cherries on top are the keys to understanding. If you know how to make cherry plural and key plural, then you can remember this rule. Look at the word cherry. I notice when it's singular, when I'm talking about one cherry, it's C-H-E-R-R-Y, but if I'm talking about more than one cherry, it becomes C-H-E-R-R-I-E-S. And I know that that happens that way because you have to look at the letter that comes before the Y. In this case, it's the letter R. R is a consonant. When the letter before the Y is a consonant, you tell Y to hit the road and you add I-E-S. Okay? Look at the word key. If the letter before the Y is a vowel, like it is in this case, the E, then Y gets to stay. E or any other vowel and Y, they need to be near each other. They're friends. And then they invite S to the party. So you have K-E-Y-S. Okay, so cherries on top are the keys to understanding. If you remember how to spell cherries and you remember how to spell keys, then you understand this rule. So let's try it. Monkey. Okay, if I want it to be monkeys, well, I see that there is an E before the Y. I know that the vowels and Y like to stick together, so that becomes monkeys. Okay, go down and look at puppy. If I want it to be puppies, well, the letter before the Y is a P. That's a consonant. And I know that Y needs to hit the road then, and I-E-S comes in. Look at berry. Well, that's a lot like cherry. That R is a consonant. When there's a consonant before the Y, Y has to hit the road, and we have berries with an I-E-S. Holiday. Oh, I see A before the Y. A is a vowel. I know that vowels and Y like to stick together. So then we have holidays. Keep that Y. It has to stay with its vowel friend and then add S. City. Okay, well I see a consonant before the Y. I know Y needs to hit the road so that I-E-S can come on in. So then we have cities. Okay, so those are your 3 big spelling rules that we've been practicing and learning all year. This should be a good little refresher for you so that when you are trying to figure out how to add ed or ing, or when you need to make some words plural, I want you to go back and think of these rules. And good luck.